Okay, so I'm going to be making a crock pot Channa Dal vegetable korma. And Channa Dal, of course, is the yellow split peas. And I have a pound of yellow split peas. I have some heavy whipped cream. I have 2 cans of coconut milk, like the good kind of coconut milk, the like really creamy kind. I have some almond butter. I'm using almond butter instead of cashew butter because it's a little more affordable, and that's what I already had. I have a can of diced tomatoes, a can of green beans, a can of peas, and in this bowl here I have about a pound of purple potatoes, 2 parsnips, and about a pound of carrots cut up. I have in this bowl here 1 yellow onion and half a head of cauliflower cut up, and then I have 3 sprigs of curry leaves. This looks like I'm probably not going to use this whole thing. I'll probably use like maybe a couple tablespoons of ghee here. And then I have 1 small zucchini. And for seasonings I have turmeric powder, curry powder, garam masala, ginger, cardamom, and hiding back here is some cinnamon. I'm also going to be adding salt and maybe even some sugar if it needs it. I don't know if it's going to need the sugar, but I've been heating up the crock pot so it's nice and hot now, and I'm going to add my ghee. So there's like 1 tablespoon and about 2 tablespoons of ghee. It's melting in there. Not sure how quickly that's going to melt because it's pretty cold. Now I'm using the cardamom pods because I don't have any cardamom powder right now. I need to buy more. So I'm going to add probably about a teaspoon of cardamom pods, and that is not going to be enough ginger. I hope I have more. I go through ginger pretty quickly. Here's some more. There we go. Use about a tablespoon of ginger. I'm going to use about a tablespoon of garam masala. Going to use about 2 tablespoons of curry. Going to use about a teaspoon of cinnamon and about a tablespoon of turmeric, and then going to add my curry leaves, and of course, what a mess. Of course, this would do better in like a big pot, but I'm doing it in my crock pot because it's the biggest pot I have. But if you had a really big like Dutch oven pot, it would probably be better to cook it in there because you could get the temperature hotter. But you want to get these spices kind of heated up in here. Ooh, yeah. Making kind of a paste with all the spices there. Now I'm going to add my Channa Dal. And I'm going to get that all coated in the spices and the ghee. And I'm right next to the camera, so I'm sorry if I have really heavy breathing. Okay. So now we're going to, let's add our carrots and potatoes and parsnips. And stir that up. Ooh, it's smelling good already. Yum. And now we're gonna add the rest of our vegetables, but we are not gonna add the canned vegetables yet, except for we will add our tomatoes. Now, I'm gonna try and mix this up in here so there's like a little bit of spices all throughout. Ooh, that smells so good. Yum. Okay, that's just mixed up good enough. So, first let's add our canned tomatoes. I'm using diced tomatoes. I'm gonna add the whole can. I don't even have to drain it. Now this is gonna be a vegetarian dish. So yeah, I'm gonna add this whole jar of almond butter. So it's gonna be super creamy. So first I'm gonna drain out the oil. Almond butter, yum. Okay, maybe I'll have a little bit of this on a spoon. I might not add the whole jar. I'm gonna definitely lick the spoon because this is yummy. I love almond butter. When I was a kid, my mom used to make these Chinese almond cookies. They were so good and they were made with almond butter. I think I'm gonna save that a little bit for me. Okay, now we're gonna add our coconut milk. Now the whole point of a korma is it's supposed to be really creamy. It's usually really fatty, but that's okay. It's usually vegetarian if it's vegetable korma. So we are adding the fatty coconut milk. I mean, we added the fatty almond butter, fatty coconut milk, fatty ghee, and then we're adding fatty heavy cream too. It's gonna be delicious, but it's loaded with vegetables. And it's gonna have protein with those, that Channa Dal. All the creams at the bottom there. There we go. There's all the cream. Look at that. This is the good kind of coconut milk. I like this coconut milk. It's more like coconut cream than coconut milk. Ooh. Gotta lick the spoon on that one too. And I'm gonna add 1 cup of heavy cream. And hopefully that's good enough. If it's not good enough, I'll add some milk to it too. But I don't want to use all my heavy cream because I have something else I want to. Now the peas and the green beans we'll add after the Channa Dal gets softened up. So we're gonna put the lid on and just let that cook on high until the Channa Dal starts getting softer, and resist the urge to open that up until it starts like really like getting bubbly. Okay, it's been a couple hours now. I'm gonna try and get this stirred up in here if it will. Ooh, it's so creamy down there. Oh, yum. That smells so good. Wow, look how creamy that is. Yum. Look at all the spices in there. I feel like this is gonna need some more fluid, so I think what I'm gonna do is add some milk to it so it stays creamy. So I'm gonna use whole milk, and I'm going to, let's see, I think this is a cup here. So I'm gonna add 2 cups of whole milk, and hopefully that will get some more liquid in there for the lentils and also make it nice and creamy. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, it smells so good. I can't wait until it's done. There's going to be a while, I'm sure. It'll be worth it. Be way worth the wait. I love korma. Korma is probably one of like my favorite Indian dishes, vegetable korma in particular. And what would be my absolute favorite? I don't know. I don't know, I love all Indian food, but vegetable korma is definitely up at the top of my favorites. And this is going to be so good with the Channa Dal in there too. Okay, I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. Look at that. That's looking so creamy and yummy. Yum. Smells so good. Delicious. I might add a little more milk to this too, because it still needs more liquid for this that Channa Dal. So let's add 2 more cups of milk. If I'll take it, I'll start out with just 1 cup. Yeah, we'll just add 1 more cup of milk for now. I'm using whole milk, so it's going to be a lot creamier than if you were to use low-fat milk. So you'd want to use whole milk or half and half or heavy cream or something that's going to be really nice and thick. Ooh, that is looking so yummy. Okay, it's definitely got a while more to go before it'll be done. I just wanted to give it a good stir. Make sure everything's all mixed in there. Okay, it's smelling pretty good. I think it's about done here. It's looking good. I'm gonna test out these lentils, see how done they are. They're not looking quite done yet. I didn't soak them first because I forgot to last night before I went to bed. So we'll see how long it takes for them. They're soft enough so I can squeeze them and break them in half, but they're not soft enough yet. Okay, I do think this needs some sugar added to it. I'm gonna add, let's see here, probably about half a cup of sugar. It's very creamy. It's gonna be really good once it's done. Okay, now let's try it, see if it's sweet enough. That's good. Need some salt though. So I'm gonna add about a, maybe I should do half of that, which is about a teaspoon. Give it a taste first. Make sure I don't add too much. I did that last time I made a pot of beans. I added too much salt and it was very hard to get it just right afterwards. Yeah, I think that's a good amount of salt there. I'll just leave it at that and save the salt for later if I need to add more. Okay, this still needs to cook some more to get the vegetables and the Channa Dal all tender. However, we can probably add our peas and green beans now. So we're gonna add a drained can of peas and a drained can of green beans. That'll give it even more protein. Yum, look at all those vegetables in there. That's gonna be so good. Okay, I'm gonna let that keep cooking until the split peas are all nice and tender. I'm gonna get started on making some rice. So I'm going to fill up 2 of these cups with rice. Let's see, we're probably gonna use the whole thing here. Yeah, use the whole bag. That's okay, we're making a lot of korma, so we'll need a lot of rice. And then I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and then I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of cumin seeds. Oh, and we need a little bit of salt in there too. So I'm just gonna add about 1/2 half a teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna need 4 cups of water. And then we want to let that cook until it is done. And hopefully our korma will be done at the same time. Okay, this rice is done, so we're gonna fluff it up. We're still waiting on the dal to get cooked all the way through, so that is going to take some time, but the rice can stay warm in the rice cooker. Okay, it's done, so let's dish up a plate. Look at that rice, that looks good. And there is our vegetable korma with Channa Dal. I'm gonna let it slow cook for a little longer to let it soften up more, but these are just soft enough that you can chew through them. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat a little bit now. Yum!